up, billionaires, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Tashima. If you have not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe. Make sure you like this video if you found it informative, and comment on anything that you think could possibly help you or help someone else. I want to make sure that I'm keeping it real with you all. I don't want to sugarcoat anything, and I don't want to give you any fluff. But let me start this video off by saying, you got to be willing to do the work. If you're not willing to do the work, none of this matters. All this searching on YouTube that you're doing to start your business, none of it matters if you're not willing to execute on the things that you are learning from my videos or any other YouTube creators' videos. Alright? So I'm going to give you 11 things that you need to work on, 11 things that you need to do before you even think about quitting your job. Because if you're on this video, you probably done thought about it a few times. You probably almost put your 2-week notice in last week. And I'm here to save you. So let's get into it. So starting out, you want to make sure with the basics, you have your LLC. Please, 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 please get your business registered. Let's make it real, all right? Let's make it a real thing. This ain't just no little hobby that we putting together. This is a legitimate business that you are hoping will replace your corporate income. Really, not just replace. Let me be clear. Beat your corporate income. All right. Next, you want to make sure you have your EIN. For me, those two go hand in hand. You don't think about your EIN without your LLC. You don't think about your LLC without your EIN. Your EIN is going to be like your business social security number. Every business has one. This is what you're going to use to file your tax returns. As a LLC, when you go and file your tax returns, you're going to file them just like you do with your W-2s on an individual tax return. The only difference will be you won't have your W-2s and you will be attaching a Schedule C. All right? So I want to make sure that you understand that you need your EIN. There are going to be some of you who are like, well, I can just file my taxes with my social. That's cool, baby. This video really not for you. Because, see, I am building CEOs. I'm not just building small businesses. I'm building CEOs. People who are going to help other people's families. I'm building legitimate businesses here. All right. So if you just gonna plan on filing your little taxes with your Social Security and you want to be a sole proprietor, I am not mad at you. But I do want you to understand that this video is structured. My channel is structured for people who want to exit their corporate job and create a business that will change lives. And I'm not just talking about your customers. I'm talking about your employees too. Imagine people depending on you for them to feed their families. All right. So I know I took you there, but I have to, because I want you to understand you got to put your mind on a bigger frame. You can't think small scale when you're going into entrepreneurship. You need to be thinking big. All right. Your EIN is a small thing that will make a big impact. Okay. Next, you want to get your business bank account. Now, you cannot get a business bank account without 1 and 2. Can't have it without your LLC and your EIN. So you want to make sure that you get your business bank account. And I highly, highly, highly recommend, I love Chase bank accounts. I love Navy Federal. I have heard great things about, I want to say it maybe SunTrust business bank accounts. I've heard some good things about them. I love PNC business bank accounts as well. Do your research on your business bank account. And when you decide on a bank, I want you to look into their savings account for businesses. And I want you to see what their interest is that they yield over time when you leave money in those accounts. Because when you open your checking account, I want you to also open a savings account. That is very important. It's like, listen, I'm going to tell you the things that are going to help you go from here to here. I'm not trying to get you to skate here. I'm trying to take you from here to here. I want you to open a checkings and a savings bank account at the same time. Ain't no need to waste no time. Do both. The next thing I want you to do, and I probably could have thrown this down at the bottom of my list, but whatever. I want you to really get clear on who it is you're going to help, what problem you're going to solve, because if you leave your job and you don't know that part, you are in a world of trouble. All right? Test it out. See if that's who you really want to help. I remember a time where I changed my niche multiple times. You may change your niche multiple times, and that's okay. But before you think about leaving your job, I want to make sure that you are concrete on who you are going to help and what problem of theirs you are going to solve. Now, the next thing, this is an easy one for you all. You want to get a business email. Now, in order for you to get a business email, I want to make sure that you all know you have to have a domain name. What does this mean? So, for example, my business email is contact@tashimafreeman.com. My domain name is tashimafreeman.com. So what that means is whatever your business name is, you want to go and get that domain name for that business. Solidify that. Even if you're not ready to launch that business, go ahead and solidify that. Most times you can get that domain name for as little as $15 a year. So go ahead and get that. And once you do, go ahead and get a business email. You can use Google, you can use Zoho. Zoho is by far my favorite because it is free. But the options are out there. I am going to put a link below to the site that I use to get all of this. My domain names, my hosting plans, all of that, called UniWebs. I'll post it in the description below. So make sure you have that. You get your domain name, even if you're not ready to start, and you go ahead and solidify that. Once you are ready, go ahead and get your business email. I am not going to do business with anyone who still has @Gmail, @Yahoo on their website or in their on their sales page or anything like that. I expect to see professionalism. I am a professional business owner. I expect everyone around me to be a professional business owner as well. All right. Next, I want you to determine what platform you're going to use to market your business or market yourself. That is very important. And I say that because in my coaching business, I thought that I was going to solely market myself on Facebook and Instagram, just like I did with my accounting business. And the reality of it was I needed to be on LinkedIn. So I got on LinkedIn and I've seen a massive change in my results. But I want you to understand that once you're able to know who you're going to serve and what problem you're going to solve for them, you can determine what platform you need to be on. All right, that's very important to determine that platform because you really want to go full throttle on that platform and push out as much valuable, educational, and entertaining content as you can. Now, I know I've already mentioned like getting your domain and all of that, which is good. Probably could have put these next to each other. It's all good. I want you to get a business website. If you are not ready to afford a business website, I want you to at least get a landing page. Get something that shows that you have a presence. When people go to Google, they should be able to find your business. That is so important to me. Listen, when I first started my business, I built my website. If you feel like that's what you have to do, build your website. I do not care. I just want to make sure that you have some sort of presence online. If you are serious about your business and you have the income to go along with it, I would highly recommend getting a professional to build your website. I learned so much during my journey of trying to get someone to do my website. I went through 2 web developers before I was able to find the right person. And what I learned is that your website isn't just about it being pretty. It's about the message that you put out there. Psychologically, things are lined up in a way to where your target market is attracted to it and it's appealing to them. So I'm going to post another link below to the person who does all of that for me. Funnels, logos, websites, all of those things, because it matters in business. And if you're ready to go to the next level, this person has helped me take my business, both accounting and coaching, to a whole nother level. And I want to make sure that I give you all the tips that I have, the tools and resources that I have. I want you to have them too. All right, the next thing I want you to do is get business insurance. Let me be clear with y'all. Your girl did not have this in the beginning, but I know now why you need to have it. I had a client, wasn't really the best client to be honest with you, and eventually tried to like do me wrong, if I'm being honest. And I needed something to make sure that I had something to cover me. business insurance is in place for that. You can get it as low as $8 a month, guys. It is worth the money and the headache. If it's not on your list of priorities this year starting out, I completely understand. But as you grow, as you start to see results and you start to increase your clientele, look into business insurance. It is very important. I'll put it on my list of things because it's something I want you to actually look into so that it can always be in the back of your mind. This may be one of the most important on the list. I need you to have a clear, concrete idea of your startup costs. From the moment you know you about to get this thing jumping, what is it going to cost you? And I want you to go a step further, and I want you to think about what that cost is going to look like monthly. It is nothing worse than you having an idea of what your startup cost is and not accounting for the monthly cost. So make sure you do both. You account for your startup cost. I think for me, it wasn't 10K, but we was very close. We was very close to 10K to start my business. That included everything: softwares, mentors, subscriptions, everything that I needed to get started. It included that. Do your research. Determine what are the things that you are going to need for your business to run, and what are the things that you are going to need for this thing to get started. Account for both startup and monthly costs. Super important. Now, this one is one that is near and dear to me because I truly seen success from this. Get a mentor or a coach. Whatever your industry is, I don't care what it is. I don't care who you go for. I highly recommend you doing research, finding the right coach or mentor for you. What this does for you, instead of you starting here and working your way to here, when you have a coach, you literally can jump here. You get what I'm saying? And then you're able to pick up there. That's what I was able to do when I first started my business. When I was fired from my corporate job, I literally tripled my income within the first 30 days, and I made my first 6 figures in 9 months. It can be done. I highly recommend getting a coach or a mentor. Listen, research that person thoroughly and feel them out. Hop on calls with them, see how you feel. But it can be some of the best money you will spend, and I think it is definitely worth it. All right, so I just gave you 11 things that you need to make sure you do, look into, research, whatever, before you quit your job. So if you know that you're at a point where you can't take it anymore, you gotta leave, you hate your corporate job, I need you to do, out of the 11 things, I need you to at least do 6. All right, take next week, look into at least 6 of these things. Can easily be done. And then I want you to come and comment on this video and say done, so that I know that I got some people who are legitimately handling business. All right, so I've enjoyed this video. I will see you all on the next one, and make sure you check out whatever YouTube throws at you next. Peace out.